Every school has its social hierarchy. At the top, you have the beautiful, the popular, the ones who seem to live in a world of effortless sunshine. And at the very bottom, you have the outcasts. But then, somewhere below even that, you have Kyotaro Ichikawa. Kyotaro is a boy so consumed by teenage angst and social anxiety that he spends his days with his head buried in a book. Not just any book, but an encyclopedia of murder, fantasizing about carrying out gruesome acts on his popular classmates. He sees himself as a brooding, tortured soul from a dark thriller, a monster hiding in plain sight. And every monster needs a target. For Kyotaro, that target is Anna Yamada, the class idol, a professional model whose face is on magazines and billboards, and everything Kyotaro claims to despise. She's tall, beautiful, and surrounded by friends. In his mind, she's the final boss he must defeat to satisfy his edgy fantasies. But the truth is, Kyotaro isn't dangerous at all. He's just painfully shy, awkward, and convinced that no one could ever truly see him. That all changes when Yamada, completely oblivious to the storm she's about to stir, barges into his sanctuary, the school library. She's not there to read, she's there to snack in secret, humming and munching without a care in the world. Kyotaro hides behind the bookshelves, clutching his encyclopedia, telling himself she's annoying, but something about her carefree presence lingers in his mind. He watches her quietly, scolding himself for being so curious. She works on a social studies project, but forgets a box cutter she needs to finish it. Kyotaro hesitates, then hands her his. She thanks him with a warm smile that seems to shine through every wall he's built, and then she's gone. The next day, he finds the box cutter sitting on his desk, still warm, as though she carried it all the way just for him. For a boy who believes he's invisible, this small gesture feels monumental. Soon after, Kyotaro notices that Yamada's project has been redone by her friends without her permission. She forces a smile, holding back tears, and sinks into quiet sadness. Something inside Kyotaro stirs. He reacts instinctively, shredding his own project to distract the class and draw attention away from her. It doesn't even work, but it's clear now. He cares about her more than he will admit. Later, he overhears a group of boys talking crudely about Yamada. He clenches his fists and storms off, disgusted with them, and with himself for being too cowardly to speak up. Their paths cross again in the library. This time, a silly prank involving fake cat noises sends a couple of students away and leaves Kyotaro and Yamada alone. She laughs softly and thanks him, and for the first time, Kyotaro feels that maybe he isn't completely invisible. That fragile connection grows one day when he spots Yamada talking with Haruya, a popular boy in their class. Jealousy blooms before he can stop it. In his anxious, fumbling way, Kyotaro imagines the worst, that Haruya must be her boyfriend. He panics and tries to intervene, which ends, predictably, badly. Kyotaro's bike sails straight into a canal. Instead of being angry, Yamada laughs, calling him funny. For Kyotaro, the sound of her laugh is both devastating and addictive. The library becomes their shared space after that. Yamada continues sneaking in snacks, completely unbothered by the rules, while Kyotaro pretends to be annoyed. In truth, he's starting to enjoy her company. When a haunted house prank leaves Yamada's family name written on a fake gravestone, Kyotaro takes the blame to protect her. Later, they paint fake blood together for the festival decorations, Kyotaro awkwardly showing her how to make it look realistic. The quiet moment makes his heart race. Before leaving, Yamada grabs his phone and snaps a quick selfie, leaving a permanent reminder that she's not only aware of him, she's drawing closer. Kyotaro's feelings intensify when Yamada is hit in the face by a basketball during practice. He sees how she worries about her appearance, how much pressure she's under as a model to always look perfect. One day, he overhears her crying softly on the phone, her voice trembling under that same pressure. Later, he notices something shocking. Yamada has kept one of his drawings in her wallet. It hits him like a tidal wave. This isn't just curiosity anymore. He's in love with her. But he can't say it out loud. Instead, he begins doing small, quiet things for her. Leaving tissues on the library desk when she's run out. Hiding them so she won't know they're from him. It's the only way he knows how to care for someone. As time passes, Kyotaro begins to step out of the shadows little by little. Yamada asks him to sneak into the home economics room with her to make snacks. And when they're caught by a teacher, they flee together, laughing breathlessly. On another day, she asks him to bike her to a snack shop. He's terrified of being seen with her, but he agrees anyway. The wind whips against them as they ride, and though Kyotaro doesn't say it out loud, it feels like freedom. A chance run-in at a burger joint introduces Yamada to Kyotaro's sister, and she charms her instantly. Later, Yamada asks Kyotaro to accompany her to the teacher's office, where he defends her with a confidence no one expects. Everyone is surprised, but Yamada simply smiles and hands him candy, telling him they should talk more, like friends. That single word, friends, echoes in Kyotaro's chest long after she's gone. Their connection deepens during a class workplace visit. One rainy afternoon, Yamada borrows Kyotaro's raincoat, shielding him with her umbrella as he nervously slips her charge card back into her pocket. At the publishing office, she grabs his hand and pulls him toward artwork he's too shy to approach. Later, a crowded elevator squeezes them together, and Kyotaro's mind goes blank. That night, he lies awake replaying the moment again and again. When they miss their train and find themselves alone on the platform, Kyotaro realizes just how much he enjoys being around her. He doesn't need words, he just wants to stay near. Small moments like this become the highlight of Kyotaro's days. Buying Yamada milk tea when she's upset. Reading the manga she recommends. Watching her tape snacks under her homework so she can eat in the library even after the teacher bans food. One day, the librarian enters, and Kyotaro instinctively grabs Yamada's hand to hide the evidence. The chocolate in her palm melts, and she runs off embarrassed. But the next day, she's back, hiding sweets as if nothing happened. Kyotaro can't help but smile. This is who she is. Bright, unashamed, impossible not to love. As school continues, their relationship shifts again. During the annual marathon, Yamada overtakes Kyotaro and teases him. Later, they discover they've accidentally swapped vests, leading to chaotic moments in class, as Kyotaro tries to fix it without anyone noticing. When the seating chart changes, Kyotaro is devastated to be separated from her, but even from a distance, he can't stop watching her. One day, he blurts out the truth without even thinking. All he sees is Yamada. Parent-teacher conferences bring new awkwardness. Yamada ends up talking to Kyotaro's mom, who is charmed by her warmth and energy. Later, Yamada asks Kyotaro to tutor her. On the way home one rainy day, she covers his head with a bag to protect him from the downpour, then hops on the back of his bike. She laughs, telling him she feels like they're in a drama, but decides it's too dangerous and hops off. When she accidentally leaves her belongings in his basket, Kyotaro sprints to the station to return them, drenched but smiling. Not long after, Kyotaro falls ill. Yamada shows up at his house, bringing food and checking on him. He invites her inside for tea, but faints before he can even change clothes. She dresses him warmly and stays until he's settled, leaving behind a note and a small gift. The next day, her voice is hoarse, and they both pretend not to remember the hug they shared. But they do. Modern life complicates everything. Line IDs become the ultimate social currency. Kyotaro watches jealously as Yamada's friends pressure her to exchange IDs with popular boys. He's hurt when he sees her talking to Haruya again, unsure if he's just being used, but his fears prove unfounded. Yamada, teary-eyed, turns to him in the library and insists she doesn't have a boyfriend. Kyotaro's heart clenches. Eventually, he admits he was wrong for doubting her. They hug, and for the first time, They exchange line IDs. That night, they message each other, agreeing to meet at the Hachiko statue in Shibuya. The meeting feels almost like a date. They visit a pancake cafe, shop for clothes, and hide together in a fitting booth when Kyotaro's sister unexpectedly shows up. On the train ride home, they hold hands without thinking, neither of them wanting to let go. At her house, Yamada wraps her scarf around Kyotaro's neck and tells him not to wish her Happy New Year yet. There's still time left in December. A family trip to Akita leaves Kyotaro with a broken arm after a fall in the snow. He sends Yamada a photo, and she video calls him immediately, worried. Later, back in town, Kyotaro runs into her while she's walking her dog. He gives her a small dog-shaped keychain he bought for her, and she thanks him warmly. She asks if he'll join her for a New Year temple visit. Kyotaro, still in a daze, agrees. That day, he tries to sneak away from his family to meet Yamada, but his mom spots her first. Yamada bravely introduces herself to everyone and helps Kyotaro make his wish since his arm is still in a cast. When she asks what he wished for, Kyotaro lies and says that things don't change. Kana, Kyotaro's sister, invites Yamada to their house, and Yamada instantly wins her over by asking if she can call her sister. At home, Yamada flips through Kyotaro's yearbooks and trophies, never judging him for the odd murder encyclopedia he once used as armor. A flashback reveals how Kyotaro lost his cram school friends years ago when they drifted toward more normal kids, leaving him lonely and bitter. But Yamada is different. She accepts all of him, quirks and all. Back at school, Yamada meets Kyotaro at the gate and helps clip the Akita keychain to his shirt. Kyotaro admits that in their first year, he hated coming to school, but now he likes it, because of her. Yamada insists he should thank himself too. He was the one who chose to step out of the shadows. She hugs him in the hallway, and for once, Kyotaro doesn't care who's watching. Before they part, Yamada hands him an empty shrimp snack bag. Inside is a single candy, a reminder that she sees him, that she's thinking of him. It's small, but for Kyotaro, it means everything. The Dangers in My Heart isn't about a perfect romance. It's about two imperfect kids slowly learning to be brave enough to show their true selves. Kyotaro's journey from the shadows to the light happens because Anna Yamada, the class idol he once thought he hated, chooses him again and again. And Kyotaro, in his own awkward way, chooses her back. The story doesn't end with a dramatic kiss, but with something even more meaningful: mutual recognition. They're still awkward, still shy, but now they're walking the same path. Two kids who once lived in completely different worlds are learning, step by step, how to meet in the middle. And that's what makes their story so powerful.